It feels bananas talking Advents when it's currently 21 degrees. It's Hannah, and today I'm talking to you about the 2025 Chromatic Yarns Advent Calendar. I always have a window open, so if the birds are loud, that's why. But I could not sit up here without a window open. I would be a sweaty mess. So this year I am having Advents. I'm doing Advents. Again, this will be my fifth year doing Advents. I think I started them in 2020 because my yarn used to be inspired by Dungeons and Dragons, and I thought 2020, double crit, it's going to be the year to do Advents, and then obviously lockdown happened. I was like, oh, oops. But yes, this is the 5th year of me doing Advents, and I'm jazzed. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I've already started dyeing up this year's, which is potentially risky if you don't buy it. Not you personally, you as a collective don't buy it. I'm going to be left with a lot of mini skeins, so that's fine. I am going to be having a daily advent calendar as well as a weekly advent calendar. I've decided to do both. They're both going to have the same theme. I'm excited. The theme for this year's advent is Witch's Apothecary. Now, if you've followed me on anywhere, I have already talked about this. They're going to go on sale this Saturday, the 3rd of May, 4 p.m. BST UK time, unless you're in the chai latte crew or biscuit brew crew over on Patreon, then you've got 24 hours earlier access. So that will be going live today, Friday, the 2nd of May at 4 p.m. BST. So the general colour story of the overall advents, we're thinking blues, we're thinking like tealy greens with pinks, purples, some blacks and greys in there as well. Kind of dark, kind of mystical. There will be some neon pops in there as well, because I love a neon pop, you know me. And the colourways will be variegated. They will be speckled. Some will be both, some will be one or the other. There will be no pastels. There will be some of the variegated skeins will have some lighter elements to them. It's just the nature of variegated yarn. It adds a bit of interest to variegated yarn. There will be some tonals in there as well, but it won't be like a 50-50 split. There will just be a few tonals in there to break up the variegated. And it is not a fade. It will not be a fade. I will not be dyeing a fade this year. No. I was going to, and I was like, don't really want to, actually. So it is not a fade. If you want a fade, there are plenty of people who dye such beautiful fades that will be able to fulfill that want. I am not that person this year. Sincerest apologies to you. But at the same time, you're more than welcome to rearrange the Advent minis into some form of a gradient fade if you want to after the month is up. If you are unaware, a yarn advent calendar, I'm sure you're not unaware. Maybe you are. You might be. Hello, welcome. A yarn advent calendar is a countdown to Christmas, basically. It's like an advent calendar, but with yarn. It doesn't have to be countdown to Christmas. You can open it whenever you want, really. But the idea is to have 24 20-gram mini skeins that you open every day throughout December, and then someone outside doing the gardening, and then you, with my advent, you have the option of adding a 100-gram skein for Christmas Day. There will be some fun extras throughout the advents. I kind of allot a budget to extras, so I've spent the same amount on extras this year as I did last year, but I've bought from small businesses, so you've got fewer extras because they cost a bit more. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. But I've already locked everything down. I've already got one lot of the extras already up here, which is bananas because I don't have to store them. But I'm excited. So the daily advent is going to be 24 20-gram mini skeins, like I already said, and that will be of my sturdy sock base. That is a 75% superwash blue face Leicester, 25% nylon base. I have asked, people voted, and someone's mowing a lawn, of course. Apologies. We're going with it. We're going with it. Hopefully the microphone's pointing at me, so that should be fine. I asked and people said that that is the base that they would like, so that is the base that you're having. I hope you don't mind. Or if you do, also absolutely fine. Other people offer a variety of bases. It's not a problem. If my Advent's not for you, I'm not offended. I'm just putting it out there. So yes, this base is 420 meters per 100 grams, which works out to be around 85 meters per 20 gram mini. And so that is a lot of meters in an Advent. You can make so many things. In fact, I have a couple of videos on what you can make with your Advent calendar. I'll probably do another one closer to the time this year on what to make with a non-fade Advent. So my Advent calendars, they come packed in little stripy sort of sweet bags with the numbers on, and then I pack them in a big cellophane bag. That is to keep the cost of the packaging down, so I can keep the cost of the Advent down. I choose to spend my money on the extras and the yarn, and the price of yarn has gone up this year, in case you weren't aware, and I haven't upped my price for my Advent, spoiler. So yes, they're coming in the plastic, they're coming in a cellophane bag. It's not plastic, it's cellophane, it's biodegradable. And they're coming in paper bags. You can do what you want with them when you've got them. I've seen some people peg them up, adorable. I've seen some people get a nice basket and present them that way, adorable. I love that other people have so many different methods that they present their Advents. I think it's beautiful, but I do find myself thinking, well, what am I going to do with this box at the end of it? And so yeah, so compostable cellophane bags is the route I am taking. The Christmas Day skein itself will be gift wrapped, so you can choose to pop it under your tree if you want to pop it under the tree, but I gift wrap it so it remains a mystery because I cannot find paper bags big enough. So it does mean that I have to gift wrap many skeins of yarn. And last year when I tried to do it, my daughter was relatively fresh and a newborn still, and that week she decided, oh, I don't want to sleep on my own anymore, I must sleep strapped to a chest. So it was a bit of a struggle gift wrapping all these minis. Oh no, gift wrapping all of these Advents. Anyway, pricing for the daily Advent. So the daily Advent is going to be £150. That is for all of the minis and all of the extras. I'm not going to convert it into your currency. You're more than welcome to do that yourself. Just type it into Google. Don't mean to sound patronising, but I always get questions from people saying how much is that in XYZ. But if you just tippy tap it into Google, it will tell you what it converts to. And if you want to add the 100 gram skein, it will be £170. Now, this is the exact same cost as last year's. I thought I'd keep it the same, despite everything else going up in price. I'll do a quick breakdown of shipping costs because I always get questions about that, and I've just double checked it today. No doubt Royal Mail will up shipping prices before I ship them, but I can't do much about that. So this is just for the daily Advent. So UK, it's £6. That is shipping with track 48 shipping costs. Europe, it's £13. And all of the rest of the shipping is tracked. To the US, it's £17. Zone 2, which I believe is predominantly sort of Australasia, so Australia, New Zealand, that way. That's Zone 2. That is £23. And then the rest of the world, which is, I've written that bit, this bit down, North America, South America, Africa, the Middle East, the Far East, and Southeast Asia, or most of Southeast Asia is rest of world. That is £19. So by North America, I mean excluding the US. For some reason, the US has its own category. I don't know. Obviously, we are not in the European Union anymore, we being the United Kingdom. So you will be charged customs if you are ordering internationally, especially with the tariffs that have come in with the US. I've had a lot of people ask me if it affects my prices at all, and honestly, no. I mean, it might do because some of my dyes are from the US, so further down the line it might affect my pricing, but it means that you have to pay to receive things internationally. Now, everything that I've looked at has said that there is an $800 minimum before you have to pay customs, and obviously Advents are under $800. So from what I'm gathered, you shouldn't have to pay tariffs. Now, who knows what's going to change by the time October hits, because these are going to ship in mid-October. So who knows what's going to change before then. But I just thought I would put that out there. Let you know that is a possibility. Don't let it scare you off, please. Pretty please. Over half of my advents always ship internationally, so please don't be scared off. So now we are chatting weekly advents. I don't have shipping costs for weekly advents because I stupidly didn't look them up, but they're going to be around about the same, a little bit less. Actually, they're going to be a little bit less. So the weekly advents are going to be 4, I'm only going to do 4, not 5, 4 sock sets. You'll get a 20 gram mini with a 100 gram skein. You will have the choice of the sturdy sock base, the merino sock base, or my sparkle sock base. We've already gone over sturdy sock, 75-25 superwash BFL, superwash BFL and nylon. And then my merino sock base, super buttery soft. I keep thinking it's a cat, it's not, it's something I've got pegged up and it's blowing in the wind. Yes, merino sock base is 85% superwash merino, 15% nylon, very soft. And then the sparkle sock base, it's 75% superwash merino, 20% nylon, 5% lurex. It's very soft but also incredibly sparkly, and yes, it will have similar colours. The colours won't match the daily advent. I'm pointing out the window because I rinsed an oven load of the yarn today and it's drying in the sunshine. That's why I'm pointing out the window. None of the colourways are going to be repeated from the weekly advent to the daily advent. So if you want to get both of them, thank you very much. Please place separate orders. I'll discuss that in a minute. If you want to get both of them, they shouldn't match. They shouldn't match. If I do my job well, they shouldn't match. These are going to be sock sets. They are not going to fade into one another. And yeah, so you can knit socks in the run up to Christmas. These are also going to be variegated colourways and speckled colourways, and then the mini skeins will be a tonal, semi-solid, because I can't do a pure solid colour. It's not in my skill set, and I'm happy to admit that. Because I've worked out the shipping costs on how much it is to ship one advent, if you would like to purchase more than one advent, which some people do, and thank you, but if you'd like to purchase more than one advent, please buy it separately. Place a separate order. So if you would like to buy both the weekly advent and the daily advent, that is 2 orders, please. Thank you very much. Weekly advents are going to be £100. You will get the 4 sock sets and also a little extra as well. And yes, that is going to be £100. Now I am going to offer the option to either pay in full or pay in instalments. If you opt to pay in full, then that is absolutely fine. You just pay the full whack and then I will ship it to you in mid-October. If you would like to pay in instalments, that is also absolutely fine. You'll pay a non-refundable deposit on the day that you place the order, as well as the shipping cost, and then I will send you an invoice. Now these will be 4 weeks after. Does that make sense? So 4 weeks after you place your order. So I've not actually looked up what the dates are, but I'm pretty sure it's the 3rd of May and then the 31st of May. And then 4 weeks after that. I don't know that off the top of my head. I could probably maths it, but I'm not going to maths it. And then these invoices will need to be paid by the end of August. That then gives me time to chase people. Not literally, but digitally. Chase people. I'll be sending the invoice to the email address that you place your order through. So please have access to that email. Please regularly check that email, because otherwise I have no way of contacting you and you will not receive an advent. I can't send you something if you've not paid for it. Anyway, I hope that makes sense. Does that make sense to everyone? I've asked on Instagram if there's any questions. I'm going to double check and see if people have any questions. Someone has asked, can I just buy the optional 100 gram skein but have it wrapped up so it's a surprise? I'm not just offering the 100 gram skein, I'm afraid. The 100 gram skein is part of the advent. I'm not just doing the 100 gram skein standalone. Soz. Someone else has asked if you can order more than one additional full skein. At this time, no, you can't order more than one 100 gram additional skein. Sincerest apologies. But I will very, very likely be dyeing up all of these colourways again on 100 gram skeins. So, including the Christmas Day skein. Yeah, it's just to make it easy for myself, so I don't have to work out any extra postage worries, because obviously the more yarn that's added, the more or the heavier the parcel will be, so the more it will cost, and blah, 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 blah. Yes, just to make my life that smidgen easier at this time, no. I'm going to show you a few of my previous advents because some people asked to see. I need to weave in the ends in on this. This is my 2022 advent. This is like crocheted up. So that's that one. My 2021 advent I wear all the time. I knit the calico quilt shawl. It's probably what I'm going to knit out of this advent. And I wear it all the time. This one's just a bit bulky. I feel a bit like... but I can't find it right now. But whenever you see me wear a multicoloured shawl in a video, that's that one. I probably have a picture of it somewhere. Anyway, this one is my 2023, must be, 2023 advent. Now this one was a fade. This was my spellbook advent. The previous one was just inspired by random D&D things. It's before I had committed themes. So that's this one. Jewel tones. So this was a kind of jewel tones vibe, and yeah, this was obviously dyed as a fade. And then this one was last year's. Yes, this one was last year's. This was inspired by Muppets Christmas Carol. And this one is not a fade. I went chronologically through the film, taking scenes from the film. So it's a very different vibe to this year's advent. So I don't know if it's actually helpful for you to see it, but I'll just hold it up and keep quiet. I need to actually make something with these. And this is the 100-gram skein from the... So the 100-gram skein isn't a contrast skein, it's just a fun skein that I dye based on the theme and have a good time doing. And yeah, I don't think I have the 100-gram skein because I knit my daughter a jumper out of it. But yes, those are my previous advents. I've had a few people asking my previous advents, so that is them. And yeah, if you have any questions, if there's anything I've missed, I feel a bit all over the place. I made notes. I made notes. I'm doing this because I've then got my afternoon tea stats here that I posted in Monday's Patreon video. If you want to know how much money I made from took from the afternoon tea collection, how many skeins I sold, check that video out. But yeah, I made notes, and even then I still feel slightly chaotic. It's going to be really fun to edit. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Let me know if you have any questions. I will answer them in the comments. Advents go live May the 3rd, Saturday the 3rd of May at 4 PM BST, unless you're in Patreon tiers, the Chromatic crew or the Biscuit Brew crew. And then there will be 24-hour earlier access. I am doing 140 advents. Once they have sold, they have sold. I will not be selling all 140 on that Saturday because I always keep back some extras, one for myself, one for a swap. And yeah, I always hold back some extras because just in case any go missing. So they haven't done. And any that did go missing came back to me. Delightful. They turned up eventually. But that was me touching wood. Yes. I always keep some extras in case any go missing. They haven't gone missing so far, but maybe they will. And yes, so I will have extras for sale probably November, but obviously there's no guarantee that you'll get them before December. So yeah, they will all be shipping in mid-October. I feel like there's probably stuff I've forgotten to say, but I'm just going to go because I'm feeling a bit all over the place. Thanks for watching. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being amazing. Thanks for being you. And I will see you very soon in next week's video. If you'd like to subscribe, that would be delightful. I post a new video here every single week. Please leave a crystal ball emoji in the comments below. Fits the theme. Crystal ball. And yeah, feel free to subscribe. It'd be nice to have you here. I'm off to go wash off some zip ties. I've got them in to soak because I do not want turquoise on my pastel yarn. I'm dyeing up the afternoon tea collection. Advents are not pastel. Anyway, bye.